Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first reveal our dad joke of the day and this day in history, and I have one to catch up on, so we're just going to do that. So, on Monday, our dad joke was the following. What's the most musical part of the chicken? The drumstick. And for today, Tuesday, the 17th of February, what goes up and never comes down? Your age. Unfortunate. Okay. And a couple days in history here to go over. So, on February 16th, 1923, archaeologist opens tomb of King Tut. English archaeologist Howard Carter entered the sealed burial chamber of the ancient Egyptian ruler King Tutankhamun. That's why we call him King Tut, anyway. Which had been undisturbed for more than 3,000 years in the Valley of the Kings in Thebes, Egypt. Inside lay a sarcophagus, which, after months of careful excavation work, was opened a year later. 3 coffins were nested inside one another. The last coffin, made of solid gold, contained the mummified body of the king. Among the riches found in the tomb, golden shrines, jewelry, statues, a chariot, weapons, clothing, the perfectly preserved mummy was the most valuable. Despite rumors that a curse would befall anyone who disturbed the tomb, its treasures were carefully cataloged and removed. As of 2020, they are housed in the Grand Egyptian Museum in Cairo. All right, and February 17th, 2017, Princess Christina of Spain is found not guilty of fraud. Princess Christina of Spain was found not guilty of fraud in a business fraud case involving her and her husband, Inaki Erdoğan. Erdoğan owned Noose Institute, a non-profit organization, and prosecutors claimed that he and the princess used Izun, their jointly owned real estate company, to funnel illegal revenue from Noose to secret bank accounts. Erdoğan was found guilty and was sentenced to over 6 years in prison for embezzling around 6 million euros of public funding, which had been distributed to officials for organizing sporting events. Although the princess was not sentenced to jail time, she and her husband were subjected to fines of $265,000 and $512,000, respectively. At the time of the trial, Princess Christina became the first Spanish royal to stand trial in modern history. All right. Interesting stuff there. I would like to thank the following people for signing up for a new month as a member. Thank you to Libby Eilbert, Nate Carlock, and JP Sinclair. All right, well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got Plum, Leaf, Flash, Bustle, Thumb, Oyster, Floppy, Zip, Skim, Soy, Dart, Bombay, Speed, Flip, Hoisin, and Missus. I mean, I feel like we have sauces here. Plum, Oyster, Hoisin. What's our fourth? Is Missus a sauce? I'm not sure what the 4th sauce is. I also saw Zip and Dart. I did see Zip and Floppy, but they're next to each other. Like Zip drives, Floppy drives. They're next to each other. It makes me think they intended you to want to think of it that way. And I did also see Zip, Dart, and Speed. So I think this is a category. Maybe Flash? Just something that's fun. Oh, yeah. So we've got Flash, Thumb, Floppy, and Zip. This could be storage devices, but it's all in the same 2 rows. It makes me think we're actually... I don't know. I was going to say rainbow herring, but I don't think there's a sauce on here. So it is possibly a category, but let's before locking it in, let's check if there's other categories that overlap, like this Zip, Dart, Speed. I mean, I suppose Flash could go with it as well. Since we know there aren't any sauces among this, it's not a rainbow herring. So words for fast, maybe. Again, I'm not going to lock anything quite yet, just because I'm a little concerned. Then we had hoisin, soy, and plum. These are sauces. I don't know what is Missus, just like MRS spelled out. Maybe. I thought it was ES though. Is it ES or US? Now I'm second guessing my own spelling. I'm so poor at spelling. Anyway, leaf. What about leaf? What do we do with leaf? I'm not sure. Bombay. Also, what are we doing with Bombay? It's a city, isn't it? Starts with bomb, ends with bay. ending with a body of water is definitely something they do, but I don't see it today. How about bustle? Like hustle and bustle? Excuse me. Flash. I think flash might... See, now I'm not sure. Skim milk? Skim, what else? Thumb. Soy. Oh, soy sauce. Did I miss soy sauce? Hoisin, oyster, plum, and soy sauce. Oh my gosh, how did I miss soy sauce? Okay, so these are sauces, at the very least. It doesn't overlap with our drives. Sauces in Chinese cuisine specifically. I wonder if we're supposed to be starting with miss or ending with us. I don't know. So let's say we did have zip, dart, flash, and speed. What would floppy go with if not the drive? Floppy. I'm not sure. I still think the drives are possible. But then what would... Oh, not dart. What would speed and dart go with? Flip is interesting. Like, are we doing like a literal flip? Or like you flip a house or something else? What's leaf doing? I'm getting a little confused. Bombay. Clearly it's blank potato head. Blank potato head. No. Speed. That's the problem with having two, like these two categories overlap with two words. So I have to figure out some other word to come in and help me out. But I'm not seeing it. I don't know what we're doing with bustle. I only know bustle in the phrase hustle and bustle. Like, I don't know what that actually means. Like hustling and bustling. Hustle and bustle. Starts with bust. This starts with ski. I'm just looking for starts withs or ends withs to see if there's anything there. This ends with lip. I mean, you're always going to get coincidences like that. I don't see anything that like overlaps very much. Starts with miss. This does start with bomb. B-O-M-B. That's a potential. Bomb and flop are both ways of losing. Like, oh, is a bust. Yeah, bust, bomb, flop. Oh, shoot. Where's our fourth? A miss. There we go. So this is like a failure. Starts with a word for failure. Starting with synonyms for dud. Okay. Nice. So that got rid of floppy. So it's not the drives. So I think we should go with speed and dart and zip and flash. And then my +2 to blue did not help me today. So I still don't know what skim, flip, leaf, and thumb are for. Oh, are they just for reading quickly, like going through a book, like going through pages quickly? You're skimming it, you're flipping through it, you're leafing through it, you're thumbing through it. All right. That's what that is. Riffle through. There you go. Okay, starting over my streak. Never going to have a very large streak on connections. They just throw in these tough puzzles every once in a while to reset everyone's streaks. Okay, cool. This felt a little difficult. Like it was hard to pull things apart. And I think the key was finding purple. I think if I hadn't found purple, I would still be struggling quite a bit. So I'm going to give it like a 2.7. And I think we have like a 70% solve rate, maybe? It's hard to say. We got a dartboard here where we're throwing leaves as darts. Okay. They gave it 2.8, 0.1 higher than me. Let's see, 76% solve rate, so actually a little easier than I thought. We have 25, that's interesting. Basically 50% of people did well, but 25% of them fell for the drive red herring. Is how I interpret that. Let's see if that's accurate. I was 1 in 84 for my, that's pretty common considering I got purple second. But, whatever. Green first is extremely common. Second, it evens out a bit. Purple second is still rarest, 10%. It kind of filters into mostly yellow, some blue, and then ever. So most people did get green, and then probably a lot had the yellow, blue, and purple left if they lost. But there is kind of a gradient there, which is interesting. All right, so we've got. Let's see. I don't really look at the most common color order very often, but 24% of people did green, then yellow, blue, then purple. So purple just happened for a lot of people. It's 15% also purple happened, 7% purple. So purple happened for a large percentage of winners. 24, 25, 7, 3. Right. And even this could be purple happening, but locking in purple first anyway. But I think people tend to lock in the order they see unless they're specifically going for a reverse rainbow. Okay. So the losing games. 8% got only green. 4% got nothing. 6% got yellow, green. 2% yellow. 2% green. So we do have 2% who got only yellow and didn't get green. All right. Cool. Common mistakes. The drives. Flash thumb flop. Not quite a rainbow herring, but close. 32% of people fell for the drive red herring. Bustle, zip, dart, speed. So putting bustle in with trying to go fast. I suppose there's not a good reason I didn't think about that. Putting skim in with going fast too. Oyster, soy, Bombay. So thinking of Bombay sauce maybe. Missing, what sauce is missing from this? I wonder. Oyster, soy, hoisin. Plum. Missing plum sauce. Okay. Floppy. Interesting. Putting speed in. I think still thinking drives. Thinking maybe speed drives a thing. Not thinking about thumb drives. Okay. So this is actually falling for the red herring, but not realizing it was supposed to be thumb and not speed. All right. People locking green first. Drives is 11%. See, the thing is, even if you get green first, you can still fall for this afterwards. We'll see that on the next page, actually. I'm curious about that. Yellow, purple. So even with the meta of like, oh, maybe that's a rainbow herring, you might find green and then go, oh, so it's not a rainbow herring, so it should be safe to lock in, and then it still wasn't. All right. Purple first is more common than blue first, interestingly. And so after green, 29% of people then went for the drives, which is kind of interesting. And now, once you get green, it kind of rearranges things, so you can't use the positioning as easily to determine that it's a red herring. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do pips for Tuesday, February 17th. We'll do the easy, medium, and hard. Let's play. Okay, so both my sixes have to go in here. I don't know which way, but I'm just going to use them up there, and we'll fill those later. We can always swap them. So this has to be a 5, and this is the only 5 that's left. And then this has to be 2. This is 4 blank. And I actually put these correctly, but that was a coincidence. All right, cool. Let's move on to the medium. All right, how do we want to do this? I think drawing out where the dominoes need to go is going to be helpful. So we know that that's forced, and we know that's forced, which does force this one to the right. This is forced down. This is forced. This is also a double, and this is a double. So I better have 2 doubles. I have blank, blank, 2, 2, 2, 2, and blank, blank. So those get used up here and here. I do have another one of each. But the other one of each, this blank one can't go here because of the greater than 3. So this is going to be 2, 6 with 2, 2. And this is going to be blank blank. Okay. Now, this has to be, let's see, we do have a 4, so it could be a blank, or it could go with the 3. I think a lot of this is interchangeable. Oh, this has to be a 6. All right, I'm thinking about 6 5, 5 3, 1 blank, 4 6. There we go. Because I needed a 6 in here this way. And it felt like the 5 needed to, like with the 4, I didn't have another 4, so that was forced. Yeah, that's kind of what I was vibing there. Okay, let's do the hard. I hope it's not take 15 minutes solving on today. Let's draw these out as much best as we can. Oh, that's not necessarily required. This has to come in here, and this in here. We need 6 of something. What are we doing 6 of? Oof. Okay. I wish they just had a little bank that counted. Like, oh, here's what's left in your bank. Like, why make us count ourselves? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do I have 6 of? You'd think I'd be able to sort of look and see what we have a bunch of. It seems like we have a lot of 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do have a lot of 5s. So I'm thinking. Let me underline where my 5s are here. I've got 5 6, 5 3, 5 5, 5 2, 5 blank. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 blanks as well. Do I need a double? I guess might be a question. I'm not sure. It's technically possible to avoid using a double. If you kind of spoke outward. Oh, this one cage, though, uses 2 blanks. With 2 blanks gone, I can't put 5. Like, oh, sorry, I need 6 anyway. I can't put 6 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how I counted enough blanks, but anyway, 2 of the blanks go in here. It's definitely not blanks going in this. I think we're pretty confident that it's 5s. The question is, what are we doing here? I'm thinking about doing this. I'm not sure where the double goes. Do I have any other doubles? I have a double 2. So what I'm thinking about is whether if this was a double, then this could be a double and this could just add to 6. I don't know. That's a lot of speculation there. I'm wondering if I can do a little better than that. Like, it's tempting to make the 1 here and then do 5 6 in, but then oops, no, that's not what I want anyway. I want 5 to go in. Never mind, I saw that wrong. What am I doing? Like, the 0 1 feels like it could just go here, and then this would be blank into 7. So I need a double here that still lets me get to 7. None of the 5 dominoes. I have a 2 2 here. That's a 4. 0 3. That's a 3. Do I have a domino that adds to 6? Is that an in? Let's look. And I can't use a 5 domino for it. If there was a 5 1, there's not. 6 3 no. 1 4 no. 2 3 no. 0 4 no. 2, no. I don't have a domino that adds to 6. So actually, we have to do this. So that's an important spot, I think. And so now this is a corner. So this is going to use the 5 5. I don't know which way it goes. But I suspect if I did this, I'd run into... Yeah, this one here would also be a double, up or left. So I'm pretty sure. Right, this one here, where could it go? It can't go down. Can't go right. It would have to go up or left, and it would have to be another double. So this double goes exactly here. Which means, at the very least, this one goes up. Oh yeah, and then this has to come down. Okay, that works. So what I kind of vibed was true. Now, if I put the 0 1 here, then this has to go up into the 9, but I'm not sure. Actually, that's not possible anymore. because this needs to come down into here. Well, maybe it's possible. If I do the 0, 1 here, if I do the 0, 1 here, then this goes like this, and that goes like that. So do I have a domino that adds to 9? And I can't use the 5. Yes, I have a 3, 6. So maybe that's what happens here. Let's see. So 5 into a greater than 3. I have 5, 6. That's actually the only one that can do it. 5 into a less than 3. I could do the 5, 2. I'm wondering if the 5 blank needs to go in there at some point, if this is wrong. This just throws away. In this case, both of these throw away, so they'd be interchangeable. So I wonder if this is going to break because these are interchangeable, or if that's just multiple solutions. How am I going to add to 6 coming up into an equal? So, I don't actually have 3 blanks left because one of them goes here. It's not going to be 3, 3. So it would have to be 2, 4, 1, 5, and we don't have any 5s left. So it has to be 2, 4. And that's an issue. No, yeah, it is. Because I can't put blanks in here. Because one of the blanks goes here, and I just don't have enough. And so 2, 4 would have to be with a 3 or a 2. Yeah, it doesn't work. So I think I'm right that this doesn't happen this way. I'm wondering if the 5 blank actually goes in here. In which case I don't need... see. Well, I didn't have a domino that's to 6. That was this logic. So that actually is forced. And so with the 5 blank going in here, I have to do this and this still. So still, this adds to 9, which is the 6, 3. Because there isn't a 4, 5 left. Now the 5, 3. I have 5, 3 left. The 3 gets thrown out. Okay. So I still have to do 2 plus 4 here. But I have an extra blank now. These are always going to be interchangeable. I'm wondering, I mean, I might be able to do some math here, but I think I can maybe vibe that we're probably doing something along these lines. Wait, I still don't, no, I need a 1 there. Okay. This is 5, 6, 7. Okay, there we go. Yeah. It just didn't make sense to put a 3 into here when I could put a 1 into it. Because 7 is pretty small. All right. That was interesting. Finding out that there wasn't a 6 domino was helpful. Finding out that had to be 5, 5 was helpful. The rest kind of, you just had to try some things, I think. There might have been more logic to it, but I think the final logic was that this had to be 3 blanks, and so I did have 5 blanks. Oh wait. So we had to use this 5 blank to get into this. We had to use the 5 domino, the 5 blank domino, to help with getting 3 blanks here and 2 blanks here. I think that was kind of the last little bit of logic that really puts everything together. All right, well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the mini crossword for Tuesday, February 17th. Let's play. Prefix meaning 8. Octo. Classic poem that begins, I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness. I don't know. One of the Jenners. I'm not sure. As one word, a henchman. As 2 words, please proceed. Go on or goon. Interesting. Prickly seed cases. Like a spur. Stop, I'm blushing. Oh, stop. Wait, it's not stop. I'm not sure what they want there. Maybe it's oh something, though. Let's pencil that H. All right, indicator of difficulty in connections. The color. Oh, it's not spur. I think it's... Oh, actually, I don't know. All right, color's indicator of difficulty. Identical siblings. Twins. Oh, they're burrs. Okay. Repeated cheer at a soccer stadium. Olé. Classic poem is Howl. Okay. One of the Jenners. Kylie. Is that... Hold on. Soviet spy org is RGB. No. Stop, I'm blushing. OU. Oh, but so what's wrong here? Oh, KGB. KGB. RGB is the color spectrum. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I did say Kylie. I should have just typed in Kylie, but I wasn't sure how to spell her name. OU. Okay. Yeah, I did kind of a weird solve today, but I got there. How'd you do? Let's do strands. Today's theme is the year of the. So are these Chinese zodiacs? So I'm going to look for zodiac. There we go, zodiacs. Oh, Chinese. Maybe it's Chinese zodiacs. Well, I'll just get them. So monkey. Oh, rat is too short. There's got to be dragon though, right? What is this? Oh, rabbit. Here we go, rabbit. Because we still have to do this. It's just I don't know what goes before it. Here's dragon. Tiger. Zodiac signs. That's what we're doing. Zodiac signs. Okay. Horse. Snake. Goat. All right, not too bad. I kind of half found the spanogram first, but I thought it was just going to be zodiacs, not zodiac signs. All right. But yeah, I mean, when I was growing up, we would go to this Chinese restaurant quite a lot, and on the placemats, the little paper placemats they had, they listed all the Chinese zodiacs, and I'd stare at that while waiting for the food, like quite a bit. So that's why I'm familiar with them, which is a weird reason to be familiar with them. But anyway, how'd you do? Hello, today's bonus game is the weekly Squaredle. So we need to solve this 5x5 grid of completely overlapping words. So 10 words in total, all 5 letters each. I'm going to start with steel just to get some clues on the grid so I can explain the game. So if any of these had been green and filled in completely, that means it's correct. That one's fairly straightforward. These red ones that have arrows pointing up and down mean that somewhere in that column, that letter does exist. It's just not where we guessed it. So there is a T somewhere in this column, but in the row, there is no T at all. The yellow is the opposite. It means it's somewhere in the row, but not in the column. The orange means it's both in the row and the column, just not where we guessed it. So it actually points at 2 different E's. And then the white L, the white T, means that those letters are somewhere in the puzzle, just not in the row or column guessed. And if we get a black letter, that means that it's not in the puzzle at all. So we don't need to guess it again. All right. So I think I just want all new letters here. Unless I wanted to try to start with an S or an A on this one. Or like maybe see if this was an A or maybe an L. But since there's not a whole lot to cross-reference between these, maybe A. But I think all new letters is fine. So I kind of like the word croup. I think it gets some good stuff. But it would be nice to get the N also. So like an R second, maybe an N here. I see the word crank, but I want new letters. So an O or a U. Prunt. NT would be easy. Maybe ND. Grind. I think I'm going to go with my original idea of croup. Okay, no C, O, or U in the entire puzzle. That's surprising, especially the vowels. Okay, so we have E's pointing at the middle here. So I'm wondering if we have an E at the middle. They could also just like all have E's elsewhere. Like E's are very common, and we don't have O's or U's, so they're going to be used a lot. So I could also like check for double E, since we know there's an E in both of them. The way to check for double E is to guess 2 E's in the word. So we could go for something like never, or actually I think never is probably a good idea. Unless I wanted to use a L or yeah, I'm okay. Never's fine. Okay, so we guessed 2 E's in these guesses, but there's still only 1 arrow. If there were two E's in these words, we would see double arrow in these directions. And we didn't get it. The only time you get the double arrow is if you guess double letter in the guess. Kind of like how in Wordle, the only way to know if there's two of the same letter is to guess two of that letter and see how they color. So there is only one E. It really makes me think that either we have an E in the middle or they could both end in E. I'm not sure which yet. But it's not double E in either of them. Okay. There is an N somewhere in the puzzle. There's no V in the puzzle. What do I want to do here? I could go for ST again. I'm not sure if that's helpful. These E's could be pointing here, but these were both orange as well. We have a lot of E's in this puzzle. What if I just guess, I don't know, like style or something? Sting? Maybe sting. I'd like to see if there's eyes. Okay, so I found that this is S. There is an I in this word somewhere. There's an I in this word somewhere. Makes me think this is our I. They're both pointing at the same I. It doesn't have to, but it's evidence for that. So there is a P somewhere in the puzzle. So we could end in SP. We could also end in double S, which is pretty common. So maybe I should just try starting with P to see if this ends in SP. Oh, but no, there's a white P here as well. So this isn't SP. So it's probably SS. I need to start getting stuff right, but I don't have enough info here. I'm wondering if this is an R because of this R and that R. And then I wonder if this is an E. This could be another E. We could do something like green. Oh, there's no G. We already tried G. There's no G. Something like breed. I don't know. I guess I could try it. Okay. No B or D in the whole puzzle. So here's what I was talking about. There are two E's in this word because this E came up double, up and down. There's two arrows up and down here. But we know that this is one of the E's, but this is not one of them. So I'm thinking this is an E. Oh, this could be as well. There's a lot of E's in this puzzle. Oh, but this does not have two E's in it because this we also guessed double E. So this can't be a second E for this column. So I'm thinking either this is an E or this is an E. I wonder which one. I need an R somewhere. I would think reedy or something like that, but there's no D in the puzzle. Do I have any reason to think this would be R? So this isn't an E, that's not an E. If this was an I, this would be an E. We don't know anything else about this word. But could this be serif? No, this white R says that's not an R. Shoot, I'm down to a 3 here. I wonder if I can get this word here. It doesn't have an L in it, so maybe this is an R. We need a G somewhere, so I'm thinking grass. This is an A as well. Okay, I got one right. That's good. That keeps us at 3 mistakes left. There's a T somewhere in this word. It's not here. It's not here because of that white T. So it's either here or here. I like STE a lot. I don't know how we'd finish it, but maybe an STEN. Sten. I don't think that's a word. This could also be a T, AT something. So this is G something A. There's an R in this word. So I am thinking now that this is R, if we can do it. There's an E in the word somewhere. So is it G, EA, I suppose? This would then be the R, but I don't know what I don't know if this works. So actually, maybe this is the E. Something like glare. Oh, yeah, there's an L. I think it has to be glare. We can't guess it yet. We have to guess this one. But I think glare is locked in. So I think let's just say that that's definitely glare. So is this L-E? I'm thinking legit. Might be it here. That would make that an E. Which seems okay. This could be stern. Well, there's an N somewhere here. I just don't see an S-T-E-N. I'm going to guess legit to see if it's right. Legit was right. Nice. Oh, is this... I was going to say remit, but no, it's not, because this isn't T. It's not refit, remit. Huh. This doesn't have an I in it. I thought maybe agile. Agree? No, there's no R. Oh, and that's not an E either. This isn't E or I. This could be an N, but I don't... See, no O or U in the puzzle, so no I here. I think it's got to be agate, maybe? R-I-T-E. This was S-T-E, by the way. Are there any clues I can use? Okay, this is where the two E's went. There's a P somewhere in the puzzle that I need to find still. It's not in these. It's not here. If this is agate, it's not there. So is this a P? Sip? Huh. Oh, so okay, we have a white P here. So P's not here. P's not here. P's not there. So actually, if all of my notes are correct, this would be a P. But I don't like that. So maybe these are wrong. Well, actually, this E is forced. Assuming glare is right. This E is forced. P can't go in any of these. So can this be a gape maybe? And then ripen. Yeah, I needed an N in this word. I forgot about that. Oh, no, I need an N in this word. Right, ripen. So what is it? Oh, stent. I forgot about repeating the T. Stent. Seems to be okay. Should I guess a gape? Or maybe I should guess ripen. I wonder if it accepts ripen. Oh, no, we're on this guess, not this one. When I get to here, I think guessing if it accepts ripen. I don't know if that's a word or not, but that would be great. Because then it completes. Oh, no, no, those don't line up. Never mind. R-E... What is this word? Do I just go for a gape here? I'd like to know this vertical word to see if I can finish. Amaze? E something T. What do we know? There's an R. This is R. Exert. Remix. Amaze. Sizer. Okay. So what's the most efficient way to finish this? I think we just finish it in 3, doing the 3 verticals. I think that's the most efficient. I don't think there's any better way to do it. So amaze, ripen, exert. Okay, got it. Got a 3. Oh no, I got a 6. Oh, nice. Bunch of points right at the end there. Okay, cool. 6 is very good for the weekly, I think. Well, how'd you do? And let's spin the bonus game wheel and see what our bonus game will be tomorrow. Looks like it's Betweenal. So if you would like to follow along and play along with me. Tomorrow we'll be playing Betweenal. And that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. There is a link at the end of the video if you would like to watch Wordle. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.